Why, hello, sixth grade. Welcome to the new week. We got the week of April 28th through May 4th. Our birthday shout outs, maybe the only quarterback in the NFL that Mr. Plog likes more than Aaron Rodgers, the Bear, Jay Cutler. What are your thoughts on Jay Cutler, Plog?
You know, it's funny. I used to always say that he was my favorite quarterback and actually player in the NFL for a while because nobody could secure or guarantee a Packer victory better than Jay Cutler. I've actually gone on record and said that multiple times. So, Jay, shout out to you. I didn't know your birthday was around this time, but have a good one, man.
Ferruccio Lamborghini. I hear he's an inventor. I'm not sure what he
I've heard of him. I have
No
one of his
idea.
cars.
Yeah.
I believe I one time bought a sticker of that type of vehicle, and that's about as close as I'll ever get to owning one.
Yeah, I believe Wednesday is International Lamborghini Day.
Oh,
So what, like
I'll
150
drive mine,
people
then.
can.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. And then Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. She's like,
Boom.
this is like a recent Wonder Woman, right? Like,
Yes,
she's very
yes.
much alive. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. And
Follow-
then moving from the end of April, and we have poetry still. So roses are red, April is gray. But in a few days, it's gonna be my.
About
All right, let's
Yeah.
move on.
I love
Moving
NSYNC.
on.
I still love NSYNC.
No
for
kids are gonna get that reference, by the way.
NSYNC, No Strings Attached album. It's fantastic. No strings attached.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
All right. So our highlight here, when you are doing your stuff, a lot of you are doing absolutely fantastic jobs getting things done, but your teachers are still creating tallies at home of the amount of times they have to type in the phrase, please watch the video, because it gives you the answer. Please watch the videos.
So it's funny.
Provide
I
the
actually,
answer.
those of you know this, Control C is to copy on a Windows computer. So when I copy that phrase, there's probably a good chance that between 5 to 8 times throughout the course of the day, I just keep it on there and just hit Control V to paste and just keep doing it over and over throughout the course of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, let's break that mold. We can do this. Watch the videos, please.
So can you still see the V on your on the actual keyboard still, or is it worn
The
off
left
completely?
side of it, because I'm lefty, the left side of it is starting to wear off a little bit. Thankfully,
Okay.
I've typed long enough. I know where the V key is supposed to be.
Muscle
But thank
memory.
you so much for many of you switching over to the all online for the warm-ups and exit tickets. It really does help with our attendance stuff, so thank you. Let's keep on keeping on. All right, Miss Doyle, go for it.
All right. In honor of our last week of poetry, because this week is our last week of poetry, we have the word Jabberwocky. And it's just another wonderful word, which means nonsense, like balderdash, for example. But it's actually the title of a nonsense poem written by Lewis Carroll in 1871. Lewis Carroll is the guy who did Alice in Wonderland, and it's a poem within that story. And
I was just about to ask, because I'm pretty sure in the modern Alice in Wonderland, isn't that the name of the character she's fighting?
yeah, that's like the dragon, lion, whatever, sphinxy looking thing is the Jabberwocky. The
So
Jabberwock is the scary one.
yeah, and it can change shape and stuff too, right? It's like an amorphous sort of thing, or not? I
I don't know.
watched it in a long time.
I don't know.
Looks
I'll
like
do
a
my
dragon.
research. I'll get back to you, Mr.
We'll
Paul.
go with it. Yeah.
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 So in honor of finishing up poetry this week, which we are, we're doing a word from a poem, but then leading into what we're going to do the following week, there's a new word that multiple ones of your teachers did not know, which is imbroglio. An imbroglio is a scandal or a complicated situation or misunderstanding. Another word could be a brouhaha, but we are going to start reading a text, a brouhaha. We're going to start reading a text that has a massive imbroglio, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yo,
Mr. Fogg, you look confused.
Imbroglio, let me hit you up on that Jabberwocky.
I'm definitely
there, buddy.
having an imbroglio of understanding that word, but at some point I'll probably get it, Miss Doyle.
My goal.
Imbroglio is a noun. You used it as an adjective, but close. Good effort. Good effort.
My goal is definitely
just
to incorporate imbroglio into a conversation this week.
Just say that I was caught up in an imbroglio. That's why I was late.
That reminds me
Or
of
what an imbroglio this
where the
is.
guys are doing the weightlifting in the gym and they're trying to come up with all those new bro words and they don't come up with imbroglio. That's really disappointing. It's really
Yeah.
Imbroglio.
I'm gonna write about that.
Do better.
Let's move on.
All right. And in light of it's gonna be May, I decided to pick a May day for our week or day of history during this week. So I picked May 2nd. And on May 2nd, 1939, Lou Gehrig established a new Major League Baseball record when he played his 2,130th consecutive game. Holy cow. And it would not be broken for another 15 years before Cal Ripken Jr. broke it. A lot of people, when they hear the name Lou Gehrig, they think of, unfortunately, the disease that he was named after that he suffered from and passed away from. But he actually was one heck of a baseball player. And he broke nearly every single record because, well, it's really hard to not break records when you play that many games in a row, much like my guy and the Vikings guy for a while, Mr. Brett Favre. And in 1994, on May 2nd, Nelson Mandela was victorious in South Africa's first multiracial election because apartheid did not get completely legally banned until 1992. So it was not allowed for anybody of not white ancestry to run for any elected office in South Africa until 1994. Ladies and gentlemen, that is after I was born, not long ago. But an incredible, incredible beginning. And then, of course, he would later become the first African-born, African ancestry president of South Africa.
Isn't that kind of in reference, like, doesn't that connect to what you guys have been doing in the Latin American revolutions?
I mean, you could
having to
argue
do with the separation of what people are allowed to do based on their race?
I mean, absolutely, right? I mean, it definitely connects in that regard. Of course, South Africa was a British colony, and everything that we talked about was going to be languages from Latin base. But other than that, I mean, the existing system that was there until the 1990s, yeah, very similar to the encomienda system of Latin America. Thank you, Ms. Doyle.
Yeah.
I remember the Lou Gehrig thing for Cal Ripken playing for the Orioles. I remember it was like middle of a game. It was like the middle of a particular inning with 2 outs. Like he all of a sudden beat Lou Gehrig's thing, and they like stopped the entire game for like 20 minutes and like had a parade around the inside of the stadium. It was really neat. I remember watching it live on TV.
I saw a short YouTube clip of that, and I thought it was pretty crazy. But the thing that got me is how old Cal Ripken was. Like, when he was still playing, like, he literally looked like he was going to collect Social Security come, like, the end of that season. He really played for a long, long time. And he's a great
Iron Man.
Yeah.
And isn't he just, like, a super nice dude, too? Like, he's just, like, the nicest guy in the whole world. So it's even better that, like, he's just that good of a cool of a dude, too.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, this will be quicker than that last slide, but we got our 24 for the week. You can see last week Cameron won the mint for being the first one. He was actually G-chatting me in the morning leading up to this video, saying he's ready for the 24 to come out. So everyone else has to step their game up a little bit here. But Lexia also got it correctly as well as Matthew. So nice work, you three. Hey, I'm feeling generous today. We'll give each of you a mint, but Cameron, you can get 2.
Ooh, 2 minutes.
Actually, your screen pulsate a little bit there. That was nice.
You know, this is actually the first time I can truthfully say this. I got this one right away.
You?
I got it.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
It was a toughie.
Yeah. Got this one.
The current one, 10-10-5-7?
Oh, yeah. I got it.
All right.
Sure.
Well, Lamprecht gets a mint too.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Mint.
I can't.
You've been minted.
I was feeling very spacey, so I had two space facts here. The astronaut Buzz Aldrin, who was one of the first men ever to step foot on the moon, his maiden name, or his mother's maiden name, was Moon.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
Came across that one. I thought that was pretty weird.
I wonder if that had anything to do with his desire to like accomplish that, or if it just was a really, really big coincidence.
I'm sure it had to have been some sort of inspiration to him to become. I mean, if your last name is Burger, I'm pretty sure you probably want to own a burger restaurant. If your last name is Moon, probably interested in the moon. You know,
Look,
thing.
Lamprecht, did you ever think
My
about
last name is Burger.
owning like a lamp store?
I did,
Yeah.
and then I wrecked it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
The other one, since the Pioneer missions, we have our first missions just a few years ago that actually extended outside of the solar system, outside of our little kind of neighborhood of the universe. We have actually been able to pick up some sound waves from the black hole in the middle of the Milky Way galaxy. So the fun fact is the black hole in the center of the Milky Way galaxy produces the sound pitch of a B flat. Yep. I don't know.
I don't even know where to like. How did they prove that?
I
I mean, it's one thing to like see it in
Well,
a
it's just
telescope, but
frequency, right?
yeah, but to like get a reading like from a telescope to see it is one thing, but to actually like gather sound waves from it, that's incredible.
Yeah, because the radiation comes out and they picked up the radiation and the sound waves makes it B flat. There you go.
Space is awesome.
Space. There you go. Moving on.
Oh, it's me. I should pay attention. Okay. So this is our last week of poetry, everybody. So you turned in your author style poem yesterday. Woot woot. I'm really excited to get those and collect them, and we're going to put those actually into a poetry book. So I'm excited about that. This week it is review and test. So we're going to do the same procedure we did for Julius Caesar, which is you're going to take 2 days to work on your study guide. It's a normal study guide length, so it's about one page front and back each day. And then you're going to have Thursday, Friday, and Monday to take your test. So just like Julius Caesar, 2 days in the study guide, 3 days on the test. Monday, that last page of the poetry test isn't that long, so you're going to have a short personal essay prompt. And when I say short, I mean like a paragraph, and it's going to just be about poetry in general. It'll be much more an evaluative and opinion question, so I can just kind of get your thoughts rather than you need to make sure you get X, Y, and Z correct. So study guide for poetry and test for poetry. And just like Julius Caesar, you're going to do those all on paper. There will not be digital copies. So the ones that came in your packet, do those and return them to me.
That's a good point. When you guys do all your stuff, please let them know on here what they're going to be turning in at the end of the week.
Oh, side note, one more thing. Go back. That if you don't have your notes because you didn't follow my instructions in the video and you returned your notes when you weren't supposed to, you need to go back to last week and check the poetry notes for the PowerPoint. That stuff's still there. You can access it, but I did not send new ones home because I told you not to send them to me. Go.
All right, we're moving on in the reading guide for Latin America. We're going to be doing reading guides 5 and 6 next week. That being said, we are going to finish up with the whole textbook the next week, and there will be a quiz. So if you're doing it online, obviously turn them in, and I will get them back to you so you can use them to study. I also will be giving you a window of opportunity next week to look at some of the answer keys for some study time, just to make sure. But we will get to that next week. So for right now, just stay caught up with the reading guide, and we'll talk next week about what we're going to do with all that.
For both groups of math, we are going to be reviewing and quizzing for the regular math class on Monday. So today you are doing the Unit 9 review. Tomorrow you're going to be doing the Unit 10 review. And Wednesday and Thursday you're going to be quizzing. It's going to be just like language arts, it's going to be a paper copy. So it's in your packet. You can go ahead and just return the whole packet for math, because I think one of them on the back side is a warm-up for the next day. It's sort of in the middle of your packet. And then we're going to be spending 2 days on 11.1 from there. Honors math, we are covering Unit 2. We're finishing that up. So 2 days of review because there are a little bit more problems, and then 2 days for the quiz. Again, 15, 16 problems. The quiz for honors math is going to be out of the book, and you'll see what problems those are on that cover page that we have. So on Monday, May 4th, you are getting these quizzes turned back into me along with the reviews that you do. And that's it for math. On to science.
All right. We are now moving, we're done with the book units and moving into our exploratory learning engineering projects. So on Tuesday, you're going to get your introduction to the Bernoulli Olympics. This is our PFO, our paper flying object competition. Now, normally there are 4 categories that we compete in. We are only going to be able to do 2 of them through this week through distance learning. It's kind of impossible for us to do some of these, so we're going to adapt them as much as possible. So you're going to have research time on Tuesday, practice folding on Wednesday, your final folding on Thursday. I know the packet looks really awkward because it's a whole bunch of blank pieces of paper with a little teeny line of instruction on them, but that's all I wanted to provide you with the paper. On Friday, we will be doing our hang time test, so make sure you watch the intro video to see how you should be performing that test and what data you need to upload to get credit. Same with on Monday for the distance test. There is nothing that you are actually going to turn in as a physical copy for science this next week. None. And Monday is May 4th, so I have to say, May the 4th be with you for science or for Star Wars Day, of course, before many of you send it to me, I'm sure, on my stream.
It is literally called that because it's May the 4th, right? It has nothing to do with like the release date of the movies or anything like that.
Nope,
Correct.
just May the 4th be
Okay.
with you.
Of course not. Okay.
More
Like National
importantly-
Grammar Day, March
Yeah.
4th.
More importantly, Matthew Cathers turns 3 on May the 4th.
Hey, May the
Woo,
4th. Him. And how old do you say he's turning? 3 or 4?
3.
Oh, not his golden birthday. Okay.
Oh,
Still,
yeah.
Next year.
Yeah.
Our moment of Zen.
all right.
Beautiful.
I'm the one that came up with this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been looking at the forecast, and it looks like for the next 10 days or so, it's not supposed to be below 60 degrees. So I am proclaiming it, and if I'm wrong, that's fine. Go ahead and get mad at me. Summer's finally here. It's gorgeous outside.
Wow.
It's going to be awesome for the rest of the year, and we're not going to have a single rainy day or cold day for the rest of the year.
Never.
Going-
Go
going
outside.
right to
Go outside.
I'd be
Get
satisfied
outside.
with spring.
Spring, summer, same thing.
Right to summer.
Yep.
Right.
It's happy looking. It's fine.
It is. It's wonderful outside. You guys have a great week. You guys take care.
We miss you. Bye.
Outside.
Guys,